Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday. How are you guys doing? It is a beautiful Sunday. Today it is nearly 80 degrees. I know y'all probably saying why she got on the jacket. When I got up this morning it was a little bit cooler. Probably like 61, 62, and then I went to worship, and so I went to the store, so I've had this jacket on all day. But anyway, I'm out here at Harrison Bay, and I thought I'd come out here today and bring you guys a video. And today I want to talk a little bit about pain. I had stated in one of my videos that I would be doing a video about pain and turning pain into purpose. So I wanted to go somewhere where I find peace and serenity, and that is here at the water, of course. I have never been to this little section before. I was driving. I was actually about to go around to the park area, and as I was driving, I saw this little area, and I was like, man, this is nice. It's kind of beachy, but this is dirt, not sand. Well, yeah, it's dirt, not sand, but maybe some sand mixed in with it. But yeah, I thought I'd come here and bring you guys a video. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So you guys, I had to come out that jacket. It actually is a little cooler by the water, so it's not too bad. I could have kept it on, but the water makes it cooler. But I hope everybody has had a fantastic weekend so far. I'm walking on the little side road, park right there, and I wanted to drop in, and I want to talk about pain a little bit. Turning your pain into purpose. You know, I don't know if you guys listen to podcasts, but I do have a podcast that's streaming on Spotify and Anchor. I'm also on Castbox, but I have not uploaded any recent podcasts to that site. So if you want to check out my podcast, go to Spotify or go to Anchor, and my channel name is You Go Girl, and you can check me out there. But I did a podcast there. It's dark going this way, but I'm gonna go back a little bit. I did do a podcast talking about turning pain into purpose, and the reason why I wanted to do that particular video, because I know a lot of us suffer from pain and unresolved issues of our past. And for me, and I always use me as an example if there's a situation that I can relate to the topic. When I was younger, if you guys followed me for a long time, some of you all that have been following me since 2013, you guys know I come from a tumultuous upbringing. My sister and I and my mom was victim to domestic violence by our stepdad, my mother's second husband. And he was very abusive, both mentally, emotionally, physically, to our mother. And oftentimes we would end up being a victim as well, because whenever my mom would have altercations with him, or arguments or fights, I often felt responsible, and I wanted to help her. In my 15-year-old mind, because it got really bad when I was around 15, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm helping her out. You know, I'm trying to keep this man from abusing her. So I would often jump in and ask him to stop, you know, hitting mom. I'm gonna lock this door because I want to walk back by the water. I would often ask him to stop hitting my mother, so that, you know, I wanted it to stop. And oftentimes that would come with him hitting me. So gotta be careful. This is kind of dangerous. Often that would come with him hitting me, because I would say something or jump in it. So he often would take it out on me as well. And yeah, I would get the beatings. So I grew up with that from the age of 15. Started earlier than that, but really actually being abused from 15 up until about 18. So that was a lot of pain that I had to overcome, and he is deceased. He died of cancer a long time ago. He was only 55 years old when he died. So that was a long time ago, and a lot of that abuse that I suffered was unresolved because he's deceased. How do you resolve an issue from somebody that's no longer here? So using that situation, and it may not be nothing as traumatic as someone dying, but oftentimes people are gone. You lost contact with them, and there's no way to get closure or to resolve whatever conflict you might have had. Sometimes people want to talk it out, to be able to speak their minds, so to speak. And sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes a person is not willing to see you again, and you find yourself just going years and years and years with this bitterness, this anger, this pain inside of you, and it prevents you from fully living life. So what do? How do you get past that? One of the things I often speak on, and this is just relative to people I know, my family, I often tell them, life is meant to live, and you can't continue to live in the past. And if you're so angry, you got so much anger that you cannot get past it, you will never understand or enjoy the full abundance of what living is supposed to be about. So that's when you have to learn how to turn the pain into purpose. And that is one of the reasons why I do these videos. It's because I want to inspire and encourage women who have been victim to assault and abuse, domestic violence, whether it was by a parent, a spouse, a friend, stranger. I want to inspire you that even though you may have gone through those things, that your life is still there. You're here. You can live your life. And let that pain fuel you into a purpose. And oftentimes, if you allow that pain to fuel you into a purpose, you're able to work through all of the guilt that you might carry, all of the anger you might carry, because sometimes we look at it and say, I wish I had not allowed that to happen. I should have done this. I should have told this person. But when you help another person who may be in a similar situation, it allows you to work through what you went through. So when I upload these videos and I talk about situations, whether it has to do with violence or encouragement or self-love, it's helpful for me because I know what I experienced, and if I'm able to help one person to work through that type of situation, or to not be a victim any longer, or to leave, or to get help in any way, that is success to me. That is a way that I use my pain for a purpose to help someone else. So it may not, like I said, it may not be anything as dramatic as that, but oftentimes we stun ourselves in living because we're too busy reminiscing about what we went through, that heartache, that guy that broke my heart. Then encourage another woman who may be in a similar situation with you. If it was a person who was a liar or a cheater or whatever, you know, encourage a woman how you got through that, because you're no longer with that person. So encourage them and help them get through it. Pain fuels you to move, and rather than allowing it to be just waddled up inside of you, balled up inside of you, constantly growing and growing, and you never get past it. And meanwhile, life is going on. You're getting older. One day you're going to look up and you're going to be an old lady, if God so wills it, and you're going to still be bitter and angry if your mind is still with you, because remember, anger and bitterness kind of contributes to cognitive decline of the mind. So what are you going to do? You know, it's a saying about riding a horse. I like this tree right here. About riding a horse. Oftentimes people have gotten on a horse and they got thrown from that horse. And what do they tell you when you get thrown from that horse? To get back up on that horse and ride it. Because if you don't, you allow the fear to set in, and guess what will happen? You will never ride another horse. So use that situation. Oftentimes we allow pain to stun us from living, and we just sit with it, and we never release it. We never work through it. But if you do, if you work through it, you can live again. You can love again. You can have a full, thriving life. So pain, although it doesn't feel good. It's hurtful. It's very hurtful. But pain is a tool for growth. Pain is a tool to release and to be helpful for someone else. Because oftentimes you can look at the pain that you've gone through and you can tell yourself, I'm better because of this. Not saying that we wish that experience on ourselves, but because it happened, you grew, you learned something, right? So if that situation ever presented itself again, guess what? You probably wouldn't allow it in your life. Your antennas would be so on tune that when you seen that come your way, you know to just go the other way. So we got to stop sitting with the pain of the past and things that happened to us, and not living and not releasing and not allowing ourselves to use that pain to help not only you, someone else. Do you not believe that you have a purpose in life? Everyone has a purpose in life. And your purpose in life ain't just for you to be here, work, and go home and die. That's not what you're here. Everybody has something that they can give. You know, oftentimes when we think about the gift of what our talents are, we often use things like, oh, she's a singer, she's a painter, they can write, or, you know, they're a doctor, they're a lawyer. Oftentimes, talents and gifts are the gift to inspire, to encourage, to bring smiles, to make people laugh. See, it doesn't have to be anything as big and outward as a lot of people think, you know, oh, that person, they have so many degrees and this, that, and the other. You can have a talent of simply encouraging someone else that may have gone through some of the things that you've gone through and help them to have a happy and abundant life. Guys, I can certainly hear these fish out here jumping. I wish one of them would jump up while I'm talking. They biting today, and there's several people out here fishing. So that is my message today. Hope that you guys are encouraged by that, and allow your pain to push you into your purpose. Turn your pain into purpose. Stop holding on to that mess. Guys, you're going to look up one day and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, life has went by. I looked at my mom today. A couple of dead ones right there. I looked at my mom today and I saw that 80-year-old woman. And I remember her when she was 50-something years old, roller skating, guys. My mother loved to roller skate. And when I saw her today, and I was like, wow. I wonder, do she think about her life? Well, she might be in another mental space now because, you know, my mom has dementia. But I wonder, before she got there, did she think about, did I waste my time? Did I entertain foolishness too long? Did I allow pain to prevent me from living my life? Did I try to do something with my talents to help other people? These are things you'll think about when you get older. So turn your pain into purpose and don't let it stunt you from living your life. So that's all I have today, guys. Just wanted to drop in this evening. It's about 3 o'clock, I guess, 2:30, 3 o'clock. And just leave a message for you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful week. This is going to be a short week for me. Friday is Veterans Day. So I work a few days this week. And then I'll be off Friday. Gonna enjoy that day. I'm just loving my life right now. Being close to nature like this, being close to the water, gives me so much peace. When I come here, I feel a sense of calm, and I'm so thankful for everything that I've received in my life. And that's the way I want to live my life, just in peace and calm. And even though I know struggles might happen, hard times might come, but I do know that when I think about what my purpose is in life and what I want to do with my life, I'm going to work through any obstacle that gets in my way. So y'all have a fantastic rest of the day, and I will see you in another video. Peace and love, kisses and hugs, and I'll see you in the next video.